What's the upside, my dear adult fans of Lego Solbrick? In the house, I'm standing here in my custom little BYGGLEK apartment, a tiny little flat that I made in this BYGGLEK from IKEA boxes. But in today's video we're gonna work on a new little tiny apartment in this so-called stethoscope. But we're gonna make it this way this time. So I think that's a pretty cool exercise. In Swedish, bygg means village and lek means leak, so it's basically a leaking village. And that's because you have these holes here, so if you put water in here, it will leak. We're going to start with the first floor, and a pretty interesting thing here is that you can fit 5 studs of depth, well, maybe even more, but you have that little groove here. So that's what we're going to work with, and that's you know, the older Lego City buildings aren't actually that much more deeper. This is on 6 studs deep or wide plates, so you have basically the same amount of space in here. You only have 5 studs there, so that's a lot to work with, but we're gonna tile that off. So that's already done for some reason, and I think we're gonna put this in the back. And then the floor there looks nice, I think. And then to hold that in place a bit, we're gonna have this carpet for the hallway that's gonna be down here. And then we need to work this up a bit by putting some smaller plates behind here, so we're leveled with the tiles here. And here we're gonna have the door. Let's pretend that you can walk into your wall there. In this video we're gonna work a lot with this knot piece. I think that's a really handy piece to use. I put a little plate underneath here, so that's gonna go there. And that's where this radiator is gonna go. So pop that in here. And underneath we're gonna have like a little shoe rack. And I don't know, this is a shoe. On top of it, we're gonna use this little shelf piece. I'm gonna put it in like that, so one of those studs will be underneath. Then we're gonna put this mirror on there. I've used this Technic brick with a hole and put a peg in it. So this is where you can hang your hat. Like so. And wherever I lay my hat, that's my home. And in my previous BYGGLEK video, I showed you how to make a refrigerator or a fridge freezer. And we're gonna put that little ladder on top of there, because you can imagine it's put there with a magnet. And behind here that's like the tiling for the splash wall. I'm gonna put that there. And this is gonna be the little stove. And it has an oven underneath. Put that in there. The sink with a little panel piece with a snot one. Put a tile on. Looks like a little door there. So a pretty simple common design for the faucet that we will place like so. And the kitchen fan, pretty nice little build there. Put it there. And then I'm going to use these masonry bricks, or profile bricks as Lego call them, or as we like to say, brick. And then I'm going to put this little painting or photograph of a cute little kitty cat, oh pussy. Oh. I just love animals. I just love pussies and I love doggies. And then just close that off. So you see, I'm actually not using a lot of bricks. I'm just using some, but still you get that your brain like works that out and thinks that all of this is bricks behind. Oh, I almost forgot the very important red coffee mug that's going to be here. And on top of the fridge freezer, we're going to have a can of something, maybe crushed tomatoes, or maybe it's Coca-Cola. And here's the lady living here, and her name is Ulla-Britta. Young little worker there. Put her in there. She just brings this whole place to life. Here's the tiling for the second floor, and I'm going for that classic black and white, of course. And underneath here, we're going to put in some lamps. Nice. Put that in here. So the back wall is what's holding this up, but I think it's kind of sturdy. The throne, using that snot piece, put on a lid, place it back here. The litter box for the cat is one of those that I get from like Lego Friends. Put that there. Next to it is where the sink is going to be. So we have the faucet there. And the sink is made out of 3 pieces. You have this little piece. And then I'm going to put this little peg piece on top. And then we're going to take this little dish piece, put it upside down. So you can imagine the water going out there or something. That's going to be placed here. And then I'm going to go for the tan brick wall back here. That's a nice color. It contrasts the white here in a friendly way. Put in some windows and one more of those stickered mirrors. I used one of those little peg pieces to create a lamp with that clip brick. Alright, so that goes up here. And I'm going to use these pieces to create a little curtain. And fold that down. Next to it, we're going to have this little drawer with the headlight pieces put on that plate. And we also have that nice little hairbrush. Work some more on this wall here. And now I want to create a little bed here. And this is inspired by the Sesame Street build. But I used the pieces that I have. So it's not super similar. Alright, so these are the pieces. Take a good yonder at them. And let's see, we're going to start with the middle here. Put it like so. So. And this is the back piece with the pillow. Snot piece there. And I used some white instead of pink just so that you get the feel that this is just a cover over the mattress. Chicken mattress. This will go in the back to hold that together. Where is it there? So, and then you have these pieces that I always use a lot because I really like the shaping of them. They're gonna go here. And I'm feeling like Diego right now. He always make these kind of builds. Put that in here and look, that kind of lines really well. And this is the back side of the bed. So that's why we have those 2 studs there, because that fits. And now this is really flush here, so that's really impressive Lego. I'm gonna use this knot piece to create a little shelf over the bed. And these snot pieces, of course, I'm gonna go back here. Then we're gonna use this last panel piece to put in there. Starting to look mighty fine, I say. And a little snot piece up here as well. Hold that all together. And of course we're rooting for the Heart Lake City heavy lifting team. Go HLC. Go HLC. Some art on the wall. That's going to be up here. And then we have this little cassette player. So maybe this is an apartment back in the 80s. And here's a flag. Maybe for some sort of sports team or something. Or martial arts team, maybe. So I think the second level is looking rather nice. And we're gonna tile this off so we won't see the studs when this is put in place. Alright, so if you've seen my previous video, you know that this is built on plates, just flat, and it fits right in here with the plates. This is when we're starting to understand how insane the engineering behind this is and the mathematics. Because this is of course built this way. This is not on plates, this is on bricks. Oh, I need to push it down a bit more. And it fits in here. That's insane. That's insane.
That's insane.
Kudos to you, Lego. Here's that little pussycat that's living here, and well, it's smiling. It's super happy because it made a poo-poo in the basket. It made a poop in the litter box. Maybe you can use a BYGGLEK as a litter box. Oh, you're so good. You made a little poo-poo. Oh, you made a little poo-poo. Okay, we have these sidings here. I'm going to put in some fake windows there. We're going to use this part for the window as well. I have this little assembly here with a plate and a tile and a 1x1 plate. And the window is going to go on top of this. And then we're going to have these nice little flowers. And some rounded 1x1s just as some decoration there. On this side we're going to put in that piece, and up here we're going to use this because there is going to be like a little gap otherwise if you have just a regular plate there. So that's going to fit in here. And then the same assembly for the other side. Alright, so pretty cool. What's my point with this apartment? Well, you see a box and that limits you because someone said to you that this is a box. But I see it as like a really large Lego piece that you can play around with and use in different ways. Use them to make these telescopes, and you can use them also as just, you know, elevation in your builds. You can stack them and then you can build upon them to create different kind of levels in your cities or whatnot. So maybe you're using them for like a spaceship. And I believe, and I think Lego agrees, that Lego is a toy that's for your imagination to run wild with. So, you know, keep that in mind. Now with that said, have you heard the good news, Ulla-Britta? You should stay out of the nonsense, stay awesome, and please watch more of Solbrick's videos.